In the race for Nebraska's 1st Congressional District, State Senator Carol Blood challenges incumbent Mike Flood. Joining us live for a little coffee and conversation, Senator Blood, thank you so much for waking up with us, Senator.
Well, good morning to you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Good morning. All right, let's get you on the record. How do you usually take your coffee?
Actually, I like cold brew.
Cold brew, there we go.
I'm a cold brew fan.
Let's get to your campaign. What's the heart of your mission and why you're running?
You know, to be really frank, Congress is in total disarray. I had not planned on running for office again, and then the more that I saw, the more that I realized that I needed to step up to the plate one more time. They can't pass a long-term budget. They can't get anything done for people like you and me. They haven't passed a long-term budget but 4 times since 1974, 5 government shutdowns since 1995. We need people in there that are willing to work and quit walking along the hyper-partisan lines.
So what do you think you can do if voted in on the federal level to get more of this action from Congress?
Well, it's not that I think I can do, I know I can do, and my track record shows that. I'm going to protect Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security as we know it. We're going to lift up the middle class because when the middle class does well, our economy does well. We need people in there that understand the importance of reproductive rights. Politicians should not be telling us what our families should look like or when we should have and how we should have those families.
All of these issues, what affects Nebraskans the most that you're hearing from? And being a representative of us here in Nebraska on the national level, do you hope to bring to the forefront?
I would say that the top 2 things I hear at the doors, and we have knocked on almost 40,000 doors, is Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. People are concerned that it's not going to be there the way they have it now. And I think that I agree with them that something doesn't change now, it's going to change soon. And then again, I go back to the middle class, affordable childcare, accessible childcare, access to mental health and other health care, affordable health care, right? And we know that when you do well, when you feel well, when you're mentally well, our economy does better, right? We need to work on housing. We also need to help our seniors age in place. That's something that I don't hear anybody talking about, and it's a big issue in Nebraska.
Well, that leads to my next question, that a month out from the election, what do you think is not being talked about enough in this election cycle that we can say, here's a platform right now that you haven't heard enough being talked about?
You know, what I don't hear being talked about enough actually is, why do we keep voting for the same thing and expect things to change? People are sick and tired of the hyper-partisanship. That when people get in there, and I'm talking about both parties, they walk the party line and they aren't any longer a Nebraskan. They're a politician. You know, you notice I come here by myself. In our last 2 debates ago, my opponent had his staff do the coin flip for him because, you know, it was too taxing. I think that the #1 thing is let's get people in there that are going to push up their sleeves and get to work and be the true voice of Nebraskans, not party, not special interests, and not the voice of the vocal minority.
As we round out here, I take it that that's the message you want viewers to take away. Is there any other message that you hope our audience watching takes away when they think about you running for Congress?
I want them to take away the fact that I have served them very well for 16 years at 2 levels of government and been very effective working as a true nonpartisan. That when I put together and craft policy, I craft policy for them, not for a lobbyist, not for a big paycheck, but because I can make Nebraska and have made Nebraska better. Now it's time for somebody to do that in DC.
Our viewers have reached out to us wanting more live interviews with candidates running. So Senator Blood, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. You have a great morning.
Thank you. You as well. Carol Blood is set to face off with incumbent Mike Flood. Again, the November election, November 5th. Now, we have reached out to Mike Flood. We hope to have the congressman on soon for another edition of Coffee with the Candidates. For now, you can see where all the candidates stand on the issues and fact checks on our election guide on the KETV mobile app.